So today, Rolls has the lucky task of clearing out this area here because we believe that there's also some kind of pit attached to the basin here. And we're wondering if there was a little kind of hole in the side of the small wall there at the bottom where the grape juice would run through to into another area to be scooped and put into the barrels. So he's going to clean that out, and I'm sure there are going to be other finds as well. If you can see that wheel there, that's a blade sharpener. So I wonder if the rest of that is buried under here somewhere. Something I noticed coming into the barn actually was this door propped up. And if you can remember me speaking about the door underneath the kitchen attic was also green because I particularly liked the colour. Now, one viewer commented that they suspect that that green was actually painted on by the Germans. And I think that's an entirely feasible comment because these are the only two doors on the property that are painted green. The rest are red, as you know. So I have no idea where this door would have come from. I can't see that we have got any missing doors, but it's obviously an original door, as you can see from the age, and the lock is similar to others we've got. But I can't for the life of me think where it might have come from. I mean, it could have come from up at the top of the stairwell in the attic. Remember, I told you that it was blocked up quite crudely with wood. That could have been the door for that. So we need to have a look at it closely and measure it and see whether it would have come from there. But I just wonder why those two in particular would have been painted green.
Right, we have a little clearing up job to do.
Little?
Yeah. Charlotte has been filming various things and she wanted to show the pressoir and the winemaking process. And part of that process is after the wine is pressed, it then runs into a pit.
Yeah.
Now, we've never seen this pit because it was basically buried when we arrived here. We just haven't had time to do anything to clear it. But she's asking if we can clear it for her. So that's what we're going to do. But it does need doing. We have got various bits here, metal, wood. There's a sharpening stone. There's all this wood here we've put here for chipping and kindling. So I guess it wouldn't hurt to actually have a proper look at that pit for the first ever time, see how deep it is, see. So
We're just running out of space to put stuff because we need to burn all this stuff. We're not allowed fires, but when we start using the log fire, we can burn some.
We can burn it and chip it for the potager for later. So I guess it's a useful exercise because I think we have actually added to the rubbish in this area. So I guess it's time for a clear out. So that's the task. And there's Max right on the pit, but there is a metal grill over it, so he's perfectly safe. But
we don't know what's underneath.
No, we don't know what's underneath, so it will be interesting. So we're going to clear this, and then hopefully Charlotte will be able to film it later. Right, where do we start?
Shall we put these doors over there?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep, all right. Okay, yeah. We'll chip it first. know whether you can see it on camera, but a nice big bolt with a screw thread at the end there. Nice solid.
Today I wanted to come on a tour of the oldest part of the building, thought to have been built in 1409 as advised by the vendor. However, there's a possibility that it could be much older due to a neighbouring building being over 900 years old. This room is called the Grand Salon, and as you can see it has a rather grand fireplace here with a beautiful granite surround. And just for perspective, I mean, you can see that's a full-size door to the left, so just how big that is. But I'm going to prop the camera up just to show you. So this is just how big it is, and I can barely touch the top of the mantel here. Something that was odd, if you had seen one of the much earlier episodes where Mum and Rolls were clearing out the study, they discovered this pair of fire dogs behind the fireplace there, completely blocked and covered in debris. And they're a pair of Cavaliers. We'd always owned Cavalier dogs. So that was rather strange, but a really lovely find. Now if I take you through to the main entrance hall, you can see opposite is the study. And here, on the right and left before we go into the tower, you'd be forgiven for thinking that they were simply some storage cupboards or cloakrooms. This door on the left here is actually a small toilet. But the door on the right uncovers a rather fascinating secret. Now I have to be careful because it's really quite dark through here, there's no lighting, but earlier I managed to rig up some lighting in the room, as you can see. So if I just come through here carefully, we're going to enter a room called a chateau. And this room was designed to be purposely dark and damp and cold because it would have originally been the place to store your fermenting wines in barrels, as you can see here. But a place to also sterilise your wine bottles and to store them on the shelves here. And over here. And if we have a look, these are some of the original wine bottles that haven't been touched. Now they're all empty. But this one's quite fascinating because it looks almost like a honey jar. So I'm not sure what wines they were making. But I do like that bottle. Perhaps it could have been a mead of some description. And this little cupboard over here was a fromagerie where they would have originally kept their cheeses in the perfect atmosphere to be stored for however long. If we look to the left here, you can see the entrance to the cave. So again, I've got to be careful. And the ceiling gets very low in here. So I have to crouch a bit, but this is actually designed to be a soakaway. So the water from the garden on the other side will drain away in through here. And this room would typically become a bit flooded, but that wouldn't matter. And it would soak away through here. Now Mum and Rolls couldn't figure out why there was another room built up here. There's no purpose for it, although it's got these really old metal rods coming through the walls. And Mum did wonder whether the spiral staircase in the tower actually came all the way down here, because I think we are directly underneath the staircase. And if we look through this little hole, you can see through into one of the barns. So more kind of investigation to be done there. But what was really exciting was the fact that these bottles of wine are actually full. But unfortunately, I very much doubt that these wines are going to be any good for drinking. For a start, I think wines need to be turned every so often due to their sediment, but you know, I'm not exactly sure how long. But if we have a look, some of these bottles have got some original labels on. I think these you can't see because they're just disintegrated. I mean, that looks like a bottle of blush or rosé, but who knows what that was meant to be. However, we do have a label on here. Chateau de la Galissonnière. And I'm not sure if that was bottled here or whether they purchased a few and just kept them here. I think they're all different actually, so I dare say they were just perhaps storing their own different wines. But they're fascinating. There's another of the same here. This is a much taller bottle. That one's empty. Someone's already been at that one. This one here, again the same. Some different ones here. This is a 1979, older than I am. So I think we need to do some Googling as to their origins. That's same year, different wine. But I don't think we'll be doing a taste test for you later. I can't imagine that would end particularly well. If I just grab the torch. We have some different bottles here. Some smaller bottles. Prop the torch up. These are really heavy. Goodness knows what's in there. I mean, it would be great to find out, but these are completely covered. And this one down here. Oh goodness, look. Covered in mould. Rafa? I can't make that out, but that will need some careful cleaning. So as you can see, these shelves aren't the original because they've been rebuilt using breeze blocks, but I assume this room was kitted out with old wooden shelving, and there's probably evidence of that over there in the corner with some big oak planks, and also some iron rods sticking out here that would have probably held the shelving in place. But it was a rather cool find. Perhaps we'll have to get Rolls to do a taste test. So coming back up into the chalet, there's a door here, and that originally would have gone straight out into the garden because the barns were added on at a later date. So now that door goes straight out into the barn. So if we go back through the main portion of the house, I'll take you out to show you what was found in the barn. Let's go and see how Mum and Rolls are getting on in the barn. All right. Yeah. Oh wow. How are you getting on?
Okay. Bit dusty.
Yeah, just a bit.
It's not too deep, but this is the sheet. The juice would all come out here and drained into there. I've no idea how they got it out into the barrels. So.
There's a scoop somewhere.
Yeah, here.
Oh, that's cool.
This will make a nice bar area.
It'll make a nice jacuzzi, a swimming pool, plunge pool. Oh, that was quick work.
Yeah, not too bad.
So that's the other. I hope there aren't any snakes in here.
Yeah. I haven't seen any. I think the dogs are probably scared in here.
Well, that was an interesting exercise. We've been wanting to do that, but it's not been a priority, has it really? Because
No.
we've always known that pit's there, but we've never seen it. So that was a really good, useful thing to do. And now we've cleared this area, that's going to be a simple process of putting that all back together again and greasing up the pole and whatever so we can actually get it moving and free it up. So, yeah, it's worth doing, wasn't it? Useful. So, brilliant.
And I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's contributed this week, coffees and off our wish list. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And also thank you to everybody's kind comments. They've been really lovely.
Superstar. Well.
And Charlotte's going home tomorrow, and Evangeline.
Going home tomorrow, sadly, but I think you've enjoyed yourself.
I have. It's been a lovely break, lovely and relaxing. And
interesting.
I'll be leaving you with another little kind of treasure hunting video.
Another Chateau diary, another Charlotte Chateau diary. So we'll get that in the next one.
Good.
So until then, we shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.